If you had the choice to live forever, would you take it? That's exactly the choice that Winnie Foster has to make in the story, Tuck Everlasting. This is a fantasy story, and it takes place in the 19th century. Winnie Foster is a 10-year-old girl, and she comes from a very wealthy family. They own a lot of land, and she has to live a very kept lifestyle. She has to take on all the roles of a woman, and she doesn't get to go out and play or adventure like a normal kid. Her family doesn't let her leave the yard, and she can't go past the fence. She's made best friends with the toad in her yard and dreams about exploring beyond the gate. One day, she decides to go ahead and fulfill that dream and explore past the gate in her front yard into the woods that her family owns. But when she does this, she runs into a boy drinking from a watering hole. When she spots him, she tells him, "I would like to have a drink too," and he doesn't let her. She gets upset and threatens to tell her family about the fact that he is not letting her drink from the watering hole. He panics, and his family comes and takes her back to their house. They try to explain to her that no one can know about their family and no one can drink from the watering hole because the watering hole has magical powers that doesn't let anybody who drinks from it age or die. That it turns out that the entire family that she's now staying with is over 100 years old and can't die. They don't live like anybody else. They don't have the same customs her family has. They have no concept of time. They just live each day by day, and they just enjoy every moment. They aren't rushing to be anywhere. They aren't taking on any gender roles. They just enjoy the simplicities of life. And Winnie really falls in love with their lifestyle. And she has the option to live with them, and she has the option to drink from the watering hole. But Tuck, the father of this family, explains to her that if you do drink from this watering hole, you will forever be stuck in this life with no end. You won't be able to keep up with the flow of things. You will forever be on the run like we are. You will never be able to have a full, fulfilled life of being old and having children and having grandchildren and staying in one place for your entire existence. You will constantly be going. And she has to decide if she wants to go back to the life she was living and grow up in this family of wealth and customs, or if she wants to go and live the life of the free, loving Tucks that don't have to worry about time or gender roles or be in a rush to do anything or go anywhere. So this is a really hard decision that she has to make in this story, and it's really interesting to read from her perspective as to how she makes that decision. So if you want to find out what decision she makes, I highly suggest you read this book, and you can make the decision for yourself as well. What would you do?